A state of emergency is in effect across 67 counties in Florida. Officials are urging people to make emergency preparations ahead of the potential devastation. Nikole Killion is in Cocoa Beach, Florida.
It's hard to say exactly where Hurricane Dorian will make landfall. Forecasters say the powerful storm is going to hit along Florida's Atlantic coast Monday or Tuesday. For now, most people are staying put, including Keena Williams.
We have a generator and stuff like that, so I feel like we're all set and stuff.
So you're going to ride it out?
Yes, ma'am.
The path that I'm looking at, we're not right near the eye wall at all, so I'm not that concerned as far as that impact.
With Dorian inching closer, people are stocking up. Lines are long for sandbags and gas.
I had to have a tank of gas, so I just want to make sure I top it off.
Stores are quickly running out of necessities.
I've never seen anything like this.
Well, my plan was to buy a couple of cases of water, but when I looked around the corner and the line is out to the back, past the gas station, there's no way I'm waiting in this line.
Forecasters say Dorian could be a dangerous Cat 4 hurricane by the time it makes landfall. That would make it the most powerful storm to hit Florida's east coast since Andrew did 27 years ago.
This is potentially a multi-day event where it will churn slowly across the state.
President Trump canceled his weekend trip to Poland to monitor the situation. He posted a video on Twitter last night warning Floridians the storm could be what he called an absolute monster.
We're ready. We have the best people in the world ready, and they're going to help you.
Ahead of the storm, the U.S. military is moving more than a dozen planes out of harm's way, while the National Guard is mobilizing about 2,000 troops today and even more tomorrow.
And Nikole Killion joins me now. So, Nikole, there's a state of emergency in effect for all 67 counties in Florida. How are residents preparing right now for Hurricane Dorian?
Well, I know, Rena, by the looks of it, it doesn't look like people are preparing. I would actually say come down and join me. You know, you have people here swimming at the beach, you know, treating it like a regular holiday weekend, which is what it is. But obviously, these looks can be deceiving, and people here are taking this storm seriously. Now, where we are located, we are on a pier here in Cocoa Beach, and so there's a restaurant attached. There are stores and shops, and so we spoke to the manager earlier today. He tells us we've actually seen him all morning long actually move supplies across this pier to try to get things out of the way, to try to pack things up, hunker things down. They've boarded up some parts of the restaurant. They're still open to the public, but they do plan to eventually close down, let their employees get home so that they too can prepare. But it seems like that you are seeing being replayed throughout this state, whether it's people trying to fill up their tanks with gas, whether it's people at the stores. We were in a big Walmart yesterday where, of course, it was very difficult to get some of those basic supplies like food and water. So certainly everybody is doing what they can to try to stock up.
And Nikole, that woman, you know, filling up her gas, her car with gas in your package. I'm just curious, when you talk about getting those supplies, do you get the sense that they're running low on water, on gas? What's the sense for supplies where you are?
Well, we did hear the governor, DeSantis, address this earlier today, and he did talk about some of those long lines that some gas stations have run out of gas. And so because he declared that state of emergency, that does waive restrictions for some fuel trucks. And that really is a priority right now for the state to get them in, as many as possible, to try to replenish some of these gas stations. In fact, the governor also said starting today that fuel trucks would be escorted by the Florida Highway Patrol so that they can get in and out of the state much quicker in terms of getting in those critical fuel supplies.
Earlier, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said that he believes emergency evacuations will be necessary in some areas. Any sense of when these mandatory evacuations could go into effect and where?
Well, we haven't seen that yet, in part because we still don't know exactly where this storm could hit, right? I mean, really, all of Florida right now is still in the bullseye. And the governor did also say that he does expect, if evacuations are ordered, that some of those could come as early as today from various localities. We have seen some voluntary evacuations announced, for instance, in the Daytona Beach area, which is a little north of where we are here. We do know there are voluntary evacuations in place there, but again, it kind of seems that it's few and far between. But certainly, I expect as the days progress, we will certainly see more than likely mandatory evacuations once we get a better sense of where this storm is headed. And the governor did make clear that when and if that happens, that they are prepared to open up the highways, especially those along those evacuation routes, so that people can get out.
Yeah, it looks so beautiful, like you mentioned, where you're at right now, but we are certainly going to monitor it because we know that's not going to be the case in the next 24 to 48 hours. Nikole Killion, thank you so much. We'll check back with you later.